Hi everyone, it's Simon Keeling here at weatherweb.net, and it is Sunday the 7th of June. Thanks again for watching. Don't forget, if you need a fast forecast for the next couple of days, Gary's got that for you in our fast forecast. So just click onto the website at weatherweb.net and you'll see the fast forecast there. But as you know, here on the Look Ahead, we take a view of the next few days and weeks, just keeping up to date on developments as the models see it and as the atmosphere progresses through the next month or so. As always, remember these sort of long-range ideas are not to be used in exactly the same way that you'd use a regular forecast, let's say. The idea is that you watch the videos every day, you build a picture of the atmosphere as I do and the way that it's moving and sort of circulating around the globe, and we look for changes, we look for key steps along the way that you can then point to and say, okay, that's going to be a change in the way the atmosphere goes. There's absolutely no point watching these forecasts once a week. You need to watch them every day just to see how the story develops. Now, back end of the week is causing some interest just at the moment. Looks like high pressure is going to be in for the first few days of this week. It's actually going to feel a little bit like summer out there for some of us. Not so where the northeasterly wind is strongest across the south of the country, but we're concentrating at the moment on the end of the week for the potential for a breakdown taking place. Loads of you give us a call on Weather Live over the last few days. I know many of you farmers trying to get some silage and some hay done. We've got concrete layers as well who are wanting to know how long this fair weather is going to last. The details for Weather Live, by the way, that's our telephone service where you talk direct to a forecaster, are around the screen here. But this is the forecast from the GFS for next Saturday, and you notice it's got low pressure centred west and centred east of the country. It's trying to get unsettled conditions into all areas. Got high pressure moved away off towards the west here, and the 500 millibar flow quite nicely shows what's happened. Look, we've got this big trough that moves through the UK, higher than normal heights out here. Actually, that trough is the result of a merge of two systems. One is Little Cold Pool that moves across France into the Bay of Biscay during this week. The second is the trough up towards the north. The two by the end of the week joining together, bringing a return to the more unsettled conditions. And not only unsettled for the UK, unsettled across much of western France and across Iberia as well, with that trough in place. Some really heavy thunderstorms are likely there. But as usual, whether there's more than one story going on, this is the ECMWF valid for the same time. So this is the ECMWF valid for Friday going into Saturday. So this is midnight on the 12th into the 13th. So that's the ECMWF. Remember what the GFS looked like for the same time. There it is. Look, the ECMWF got low pressure down south, high pressure up north. The ECMWF has got the low basically across the country, making more of it. But you notice, look, if you look below the surface pressure, so below the white isobars, ECMWF's got the trough down here. Actually, it's a remarkable similar pattern to the one that was shown by the GFS at 500 millibars. In fact, there it is. So remarkable similar pattern, actually. You see there, look, the trough through here, and of course that was the trough line going through here. Meanwhile, the Canadian sees this for the same time. Again, we're looking at midnight on Friday going into Saturday. Look, trough here, there it is. Lots of little lows across the UK and down into Iberia as well. So, although the ECMWF wants to keep the high up towards the north and the low further away to the south, it seems that the story from all of the models is definitely backing up this idea of the breakdown coming through during the back end of the week, with that trough becoming established across the country. What we need to watch, and remember I've been saying this for a long time now, that I thought that the middle and second half of June were going to go far more unsettled than the first half of June, and these charts suggesting that's starting to play out. Of course, the problem is deciding on how unsettled it's going to be. And of course the big question as well is about the cool, because it has been so cool to start June. This is the monthly mean so far, the anomaly for June, and you notice the colder than normal conditions look across much of the west of the UK. Warmer than normal, just look how warm it's been across Central Europe. This is the forecast then for the next 7 days, and look again, temperatures still down across the UK. Cooler air moving into northern parts of France, into much of northern Europe, the Low Countries through Germany, sticking through Scandinavia as well. And notice how the warmer weather look is being squeezed away down towards the south of Central Europe and into the Mediterranean. So the cool weather shown is persisting there. CFS sees it something like this. This is the week 1 forecast going up to the 13th of June, and really it tells the story of higher than normal heights look across most of the country. Week 2 looking like this. CFS certainly sees that trough in situ. Look across the country there, high ridge off towards the west of the country, but these much cooler conditions coming down through the UK and Ireland. And it wants to keep the cool going as well. Look here, there's week 1, green colours across the UK for week 1, and again for week 2, indicating that temperatures are staying below normal for the time of year. Incidentally, something else to notice, look at the cool air here getting into the central western parts of the States through week 1 and through week 2 as well, so the cool weather continuing in the States. Week 3 looking like this from the 21st of June to the 27th of June, and look, CFS wants to go with my idea of keeping it unsettled once that unsettled weather gets in. Low than normal heights, ridge off towards the east, big trough through much of Central Europe. It tries to keep things unsettled through that 3rd week, although I don't think it'll be quite as unsettled as it will become the week after next. And then into week 4 for the end of the month, so 28th of June through to the 4th of July, heights getting up to near normal. What it's trying to do here is build the ridge off towards the east. It's trying to get a trough in here across southern parts of Italy, flow something like that, coming around that low and across the high as well. Another high centred out here, so what you would find is some return of the flow, something going around here like so, into that system, and probably what we'd end up with is a low up here and a col through the UK. So still quite mixed, but showerier conditions towards the end of the month. Once again, CFS keeping things cool. Look, there's week 3, there's week 4. It just stays cool right across us, and again, look, across the US as well. So the story going to plan, it's nice when it does this, and it's even better when private clients get in touch and say thanks for the heads up, we've been working on it, because we first mentioned the idea of the second half of June going more unsettled about, I guess, 5 or 6 weeks ago now. So it's nice when a plan comes together. As you'll know if you've been watching this for a few years, like many of you have, it doesn't always work that way, but I put my hands up to it, and we try and admit when it hasn't gone to plan, and we look and we learn from it, and we try and explain why it hasn't happened, so the next time a similar situation occurs we can try and correct our predictions before they happen. Alright, I'll leave you with that for now. Hope you're enjoying the sunshine today if you've got it, and most places have. But for now, whatever you're doing, thanks again for watching. Don't forget to check out the fast forecast. Keep the sun shining, and bye for now.